Hello everyone, I am Cruella and I will be reading Luther's Halloween for you all. You're very lucky, I know. This is Luther. He is a dinosaur, a triceratops to be exact. You can tell by the little horn on his nose. Might take one glove off to make it easier to turn the pages. Tonight is Halloween. I'm making Luther's costume. Hold still, Luther. I'm almost done. I'm going to be a scary werewolf. Grrr. At first, Luther is afraid of my costume. He forgets it's me. Luther, get down from there. See, it's just me. Let's go. There are a lot of trick-or-treaters outside. Mummies and witches, frogs and princesses, kitty cats and goblins. There is even a lobster. At first, Luther is scared. But I tell him it's okay. After all, he's a dinosaur. Nobody messes with a dinosaur. Luther is busy licking a kid dressed up like a ham when we hear someone scream, "Help! Help!" "Look, Luther," I yell, "Dracula is stealing Frankenstein's treat bag." That's not very nice. "Help! Help! Dracula is stealing the skeleton's treats too." "Help! Help! Help! Look, Luther, Dracula is stealing everybody's treats. He's ruining Halloween. Come on, Luther, let's go get him." Luther and I hide behind a tree. Well, sort of. Well, it's quite all right. The story does get much better. Just as Dracula walks by, I count to 3 and jump out. Grrr, I say. "Grr yourself," says Dracula as he takes my bag of treats. But Dracula doesn't know about my secret weapon. "Luther! Roar!" "Nice try, kid. Aren't you a little old for Halloween?" he says to Luther. That's when I take off Luther's costume. Oh no. Dracula takes one look at Luther and drops my treat bag. He got his candy back. Dracula tries to run away, but he is too slow for Luther. It's terrifying to have a dinosaur chasing you. "Good work, Luther," I yell. "Everybody is happy." Everybody except Dracula. Happy Halloween, Luther. The end.
Hello everyone and welcome to Maleficent's marvelous science show. Now, before we begin, I have a very important question. What color is Halloween? Is it orange like a pumpkin? What about black like my cape? What about green like a witch's brew? Well, fortunately, I brought a book with me, The Shivery Shades of Halloween. So perhaps we could read this book and find out. Let's get started. Halloween is green, eerie glow, evil grin, vile brew and clammy skin, slimy, grimy, queasy, peasy, snotty, rotty tinge of green. All right, everyone, so let's do a green, snotty, rotty experiment, shall we? So here I have some glue. Clear glue. Now, glue is a polymer. That means that there are little chains of molecules. And molecules, of course, are the things that make up everything, from the grass, the sky, me, even you. So we have our polymer glue here. And then we need it nice and green, so we're going to add in some green watercolor. and mix that up. Our last ingredient is liquid starch. So I have about 2 tablespoons of that. What the starch does is it links all of our chains together. We have those chains of molecules. And what we're left with is some snotty, rotty green slime. So why don't we find out the next color Halloween could be? So we've done our green, snotty, rotty slime. We've done our green, snotty, rotty slime. Oh, Halloween is white. Cobwebs clinging, misty trail, a skull, a spook, a face gone pale. Stony, bony, pearly, swirly, mostly ghostly, wisp of white. So why don't we make our own wisp of white? I have here with me some dry ice. Now, dry ice isn't like regular ice. It's frozen carbon dioxide. It's a frozen gas. And it's very cold. In fact, it's 110 degrees below zero. So I'm going to wear my safety gloves. So right over here I have my frozen carbon dioxide. Now, it doesn't melt like water does. It goes straight from a solid to a gas, which is known as sublimation. So if I drop it into my water here, it will sublimate and create a lot of gas for our wisps of white. Perfect. Shall we see what other colors Halloween could be? Halloween is blue. Darkness falling, wizard's robe. Touch of magic, crystal globe. Chilly, spilly, gloomy, doomy, dreary, weary wash of blue. And I just so happen to have some blue right here. Oh, wait. Right here! You see? So it looked like I have water in here. I have water in this one. But over here, it's tonic water. Tonic water is very special because it contains something called quinine. And quinine fluoresces or glows under black light. Shall we see what other color Halloween could be? Halloween is yellow. Candle flicker, full moon rise, beam of light, flashing eyes, dreamy, gleamy, glowy, showy, shiny, tiny glint of yellow. And I have some yellow here. Oh, I've done it again. One moment, please. I have some yellow here. So this is known as atomic glow. It's the same thing you find in a highlighter. This is yellow, and it too fluoresces under black light. Let's take a look at our next Halloween color. My favorite. Halloween is black. Cat and cauldron, cloak and hat, mouth of cave, vampire bat, inky, slinky, hairy, scary, creepy, seepy, blot of black. Next, let's do our black experiment. So I've put on my safety glasses just in case there's any splashing. So here I have 2 solutions. They look much like water, but they are not. So I have in one vitamin C and iodine solution, and in the other I have some starch and peroxide. Now what happens is this is called an iodine clock reaction. So I'm going to pour back and forth, and the chemicals won't change until they all find their partner. It's kind of like a dance. The dance can't begin until each dancer has its partner. our black experiment. Are you ready for our next Halloween color? Halloween is red. Tip of fang, flash of cape, horns and tail, a gash, agape. Bloody, ruddy, burning, turning, blushing, gushing stain of red. I put on my safety gloves because we're going to be handling some dangerous chemicals. So for this red experiment, we will need hydrogen peroxide, 60 milliliters of, a little bit of dish soap. And of course, it's going to be red, so we need plenty of red coloring. Beautiful. Our last ingredient is called sodium iodide, and that will be our catalyst. But wait! Before I add that in, let's read our last color. Halloween is orange. Patch of pumpkins, leaf-lined street, jack-o'-lantern, trick or treat, rusty, crusty, goldy, moldy, flaring, glaring blaze of orange. Now wait, is there anything orange that we could use for our last experiment? Aha! The pumpkin. So, we are going to take and put our red substance in our pumpkin. And then we are going to add our catalyst. 3, 2, 1. And now we wait. So we had a blaze of orange, a stain of red, a blot of black, a glint of yellow, a wash of blue, a wisp of white, and a tinge of green. And those are our shivery shades of Halloween.
Hello, loyal royal subjects. I am the Queen of Hearts, and today we are going to make some delicious cherry tarts. Now, to begin with, you will need some dough. Today we are going to use this lovely biscuit dough. And the first step we are going to do is roll out our dough. So I have this beautiful red rolling pin, and we are going to roll our dough. Now, you want it to be approximately 5 diameters across. Do you know what a diameter is? A diameter is the measure across the center of a circle. So we're going to roll our dough, and I have a lovely little measure ruler, and we will test and see. Oh, we are perfect at 5 inches. That's fantastic. Now I prepared some other tart pastries before we started, so we will add our pastry dough here. Now, today we are going to make cherry tarts because I love all things red. But you could make apple tarts if you wanted, or blueberry tarts, whatever kind you would like. So we have some lovely cherry pie filling. Put a couple of cherries at the center of each of our tarts. And once we have done that, the next step is to fold our tarts in half. But we want to make sure that they stick all around the edges. So first we're going to brush just a little bit of water around the edges. Now I've got this lovely brush, but you could do it with a spoon or a knife, whatever you have at home. I'm going to just brush a little bit of water around our edges. This just keeps it from popping out in the oven. So keep our cherries nice and safe inside. All right, now once we have done that, we're going to fold our tarts in half. Just like this. So if you have long sleeves, that might help to roll them out just a bit. And now, the trick to making all tarts beautiful, you want to press the edges together with a fork, and that will give you your lovely tart shape. It makes it look very professional. Press those tarts. If a little bit pops out, that's all right. And last tart. Now, to add the extra flourish to our tarts, we're going to put some cinnamon sugar on top. That will help get them all nice and brown. So first, so that the cinnamon sugar sticks to the top of our tarts, we're going to put a little more water just on top. Now, if you're at home, you could use butter, or you could use egg yolk, whatever works best for you. All right, and I have a lovely cinnamon sugar mixture that I mixed before. And we're just going to put a pinch on each one of these. And then they will be ready for the oven. Now the oven you want to preheat to 400 degrees. So ask your adult to help you preheat your oven to 400 degrees. And when the oven is ready, we will pop it right on in for 10 minutes. Now, I cooked a few tarts before we joined each other so that we could see how they turn out, and they turned out just delicious. Now, while you're waiting for your tarts to cook, perhaps you would like to play a lovely game of croquet to pass the time. So you've got 10 minutes to wait, and then once your tarts are done, don't forget that it's off with the oven. Thank you very much for joining our Queen of Hearts cooking show today.
A villain's tea is hardly any fun without dancing. All right, you ready, boys and ghouls? Let's start by stirring our cauldron. And get ready to do the werewolf. Zombie walk. Spooky skeleton. And our favorite part, your villain laugh. Ah! Ha 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 ha!